It's awesome being here at Ignite. I'm here with Jamie Flores, who's part of the Microsoft product team. And Jamie, you just did an awesome demo in there with IVR. It's come to Copilot Studio. Tell me about that.
We did do a live demo. It wasn't perfect, but we're really excited. So Copilot Studio and its predecessor, PBA, was always known for being a great solution for your digital and messaging bots.
Yeah.
Now, as the advent of multimodal agents and Gen AI comes to the surface, we're also making sure we expand all of our agentic capabilities to voice modalities, including 800 numbers and IVRs. So if you're a Dynamics omnichannel customer, you can take a voice word stream and an 800 number and then tie it to a bot you create with Copilot Studio. And that Copilot Studio bot can support the text channel if you're on a digital messaging channel, or voice using speech and DTMF. We even built in features for traditional IVRs like DTMF, Bargain, custom speech models to get better, higher accuracy. So we're really looking forward to just taking a piece of the contact center and really attacking a much bigger portion by handling voice workloads as well.
And that's really cool. You're sort of taking this concept of, hey, we could do a lot of stuff, but let's make sure we're doing this one thing really well in the contact center. Because I think there's a lot of opportunity because there's so many calls that are coming into those centers where something like this would be huge.
I could probably ask you in your day-to-day life,
yeah.
If you have a real problem, do you end up getting it solved by like a quick chatbot online, or do you call an 800 number?
A little bit of both, right? So what's interesting is you start with the chat bot, right? So you fly a lot, right? And so there's opportunities to fly. And then what happens is you start the chat there and it answers some of them. And then you ultimately get down to an agent, or you make that call and say, hey, I'm about to board. Is this all set for the connecting flight because the flight was delayed or something?
And that's really a great example of a customer journey. Most customers that end up in the 800 number have already had some type of journey before that. And part of our goal is to surface all of those aspects of what they already sent to other parts of the system, whether it was messaging, a ticket they had placed days ago, and be able to bring that in live to your experience. So in Copilot Studio, you can now use our connectors to pull from backend data. Say you're like a ServiceNow customer, you can tie in your ServiceNow data. You can pull up the incidents that they already have open and then just chat over those incidents knowledge. And you don't have to prescriptively type in what the bot's going to say. Gen AI can do that.
And that's what's interesting is you've got the IVR stuff and it's not separate from the chat stuff, right? You're building it in one place.
Handle multiple modalities. Actually, I think that's a great point to make. You shouldn't look at it as different like use cases or different products.
Right.
It's one product, but you're now able to engage the customer with different modalities. Before it was chat, you had some interactivity on rich messaging like hyper that you could do. And now voice is just a different way you can interact with.
And so the next challenge is going to be, how do you create one agent that's going to have sort of different experiences? Because when I'm on a call, it may be a little different when I'm trying to find a citation or something like that.
Great question. So inside the Copilot Studio canvas, we actually have an option for you to toggle between the text response and the voice response, knowing that a lot of times the way you want to communicate on an audio-only channel is quite a bit different, and you have to be less verbose than on a text channel. So you have that configurability now, and that's going to continue to be extended to images and videos and other things as well that you can all handle in one Copilot Studio agent project.
That's great. So if we can get a sneak peek, what you've released is amazing. So what's next?
It's a great question. So really where the trajectory goes from here is to be able to take individual channels. The first use case for voice we're really attacking was the contact center. We mentioned that, but really make the modalities ubiquitous across all agents.
Sure.
If you want to do digital voice, you have a kiosk you need to connect it to. If you have a gaming console you want to be able to speak to. If you have just a mobile application, but you want to be able to let the person get like a press to talk microphone button, we want all those modalities to be able to be supported in one home and one place for that, and that's through Copilot.
That'll be fantastic. Between that and the AI Foundry stuff that was released and the actions with AI and the bringing your own models and stuff like that, I'm excited for what's ahead, dude.
Yeah, really, it's all about autonomy now. So, our vision that we're all trying to deliver as quickly as possible is you're going to have, let's stick in the contact center world for a second.
Yeah.
You're going to have a contact center that's filled with agents. And now some of those agents will be autonomous and some will be real human agents. And when we really reach the vision, end customer won't know the difference between the two, but we're actually going to fight to follow the same type of processes.
Sure.
Do today. So you will have autonomous agents that are subject matter experts, just like you do in the human world today.
Interesting, yeah.
Autonomous agents will be able to pass off that context and talk to each other like humans would, except you don't need, no human intervention.
Yeah, and that's what's interesting. As we've talked with clients and building things out, it's, do I need to have one that solves it all? And the answer is kind of no. What you do is you find those agents, and just as you were talking about, you have the SMEs, right? So how do you call that SME agent? How do you call those unique ones?
It's a bit of a tech shift that helps here too with how like Gen AI is working and being able to train agents on knowledge and train different agents on different knowledge. Before there was always the appeal of doing like a more distributed model, right? Where you want to build different bots and have the bots pass information to each other. the challenge with that in the real world was now you've got to spend all that time being able to build that connective tissue. What's doing the orchestration?
Sure.
Now we can take that load off you. We can do the orchestration. You're literally passing context in a predisposition way. You can just ground each of those experts in whatever knowledge sources you want. And a lot of that work is saved for you. So I think now we'll see a swing back to from putting everything in one big NLU.
Right.
We'll see a swing back to individual expertise and agents that literally are like subject matter experts.
That's really neat. And again, in the contact center space, it's interesting the way that people are thinking about how do I deploy this, right? Is it a decision tree? What's the orchestration look like? And I think that's going to be a paradigm shift as people are starting to interact with it, with AI and this autonomous concept and the agent concept and the actions that you all are doing. And so it's been neat.
Step for any customers, think about it is what is the data that you want to be able to supply? What is that context you want to give? And then it's about optimizing how it reads the right pieces of context to determine what's next.
That's exciting. Jamie, I appreciate the time.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you soon. Yeah.
Great seeing you, Seth. Take care.